To Japan and the impressive Suzuka track for today's qualifying session, where we should be underway shortly. I'm expecting a strong showing here today from the Red Bull team. They really love this classic track and have had so much success at Suzuka over the years.
I think this could be a showdown between the Mercedes and Red Bulls today. The Red Bull team have enjoyed incredible success here over the years, but the Mercedes package could be too much for the Milton Keynes-based team.
Hey there guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is part number 14 of my F1 2015 career mode, and we're here at the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, and it's one of my favourite tracks on the calendar, and I've done a bit of practice, and this track honestly feels so nice in this game. It just flows beautifully, and I can't wait to get this weekend underway here of Grand Prix racing. And we're here in qualifying as usual, and we're doing our one and only qualifying lap right at the end of the session, and we're just going to see how it goes. As we're going to turn 1 here, dropping it, going down the gears, now into turn 2, down to third gear. We missed the apex a tad there, but we're going to try and make up for it now through the S's, the famous S's here. Drawing 5th gear, and drop it down to 4th. We're turning a bit too early there for that second one, and now we've got to try and make up for it in the rest. And so far so good here as we continue going through the S's here. Now down to third gear momentarily, back up to 4th, and then you're going to go up the hill through the Dunlop curve. And so far so good for us this lap, apart from that turn 2 where we slightly missed our apex. As we come into the first of the Degners here, really pushing hard, now into the second Degner, down the third gear. We run a little bit wide, but we do not lose any speed, and we actually keep a nice clean line through there as we now go uphill into the hairpin, down the second gear, taking nice and easy, really slow corner here. We've got to just have a lot of patience and then be really patient on the throttle on the exit. And then when you're confident enough, then bury the throttle as we go through this lovely sweeping back straight here with loads of speed. You hit 310 kilometers an hour before you slow it down for Spoon, down to 4th gear. You want to run out nice and wide, try and take a wide line for the second part of Spoon, down to 3rd, and then focus completely on getting a good exit using all the curb available to you on the right hand side. And you just want to try and push as hard as you can as we go down the straight, approaching the famous 130 yard corner now, up into 8th gear, and we're going to go completely flat through 130 yard, kissing the apex, running out wide, taking a really nice line, trying to use as minimum steering lock as possible, down to the final chicane, into 3rd gear, taking a really sweet line here, using as much traction as you can on the exit, try to keep a tight line to the finish line, open up the DRS, and we come across for pole position here at Suzuka, just like Singapore, and the 2 races on a row now, we are in pole position, and an absolute stunner of a qualifying lap there. Really good lap, apart from turn 2, really good for us, and I definitely look forward to the race here to see what we can do in the Japanese Grand Prix.
That's the end of qualifying, and it's Kimi Raikkonen who takes the top spot for tomorrow's race.
He's really been able to connect all the dots on that lap. It was just inch perfect. What a performance. And will definitely be the driver to beat on Sunday.
We're at the classic and much-loved Suzuka circuit for today's race. This fabulous track has been the scene of some of Formula One's greatest Grand Prix, and we're hoping today is going to be another one of them. Kimi says he doesn't read much into securing pole for today's race, and that it's only the main event that matters. There might be no prizes for pole position, but it does give the Finn a real chance to land some desperately needed points.
He was driving on another level yesterday, so it wouldn't be a surprise if he just pulls away from the field and is untouchable. But as we know, anything can happen in Formula 1, so we'll just have to wait and see.
So what would you have been doing overnight if you were Lewis Hamilton to make up the time difference that he needs to make up based on yesterday's qualifying times?
He clearly has a pretty good balance in the car. He just needs to work out where he can squeeze an extra 10th or 2 to make up the difference.
So here we are then, it's race day here at Japan, and we're going to gear up to 5 red lights, and we are underway here, and we get an okay start this time actually. The Mercedes are going to come past us, but the initial launch was actually pretty good, and we're only going to drop down to 3rd place because the Mercedes seem to be really good at the starts, but we are going to hold it around the outside of our teammate, and we are going to slot into 3rd place, so a pretty decent start for us. I was never going to hold the lead because I can't seem to do a good start in this game, and I think a lot of people, not just me, are struggling to make a really good start in this game. So far so good, 3rd place, no contact, so really good stuff for us so far as we go through the S's here so far on the first lap, and all seems good, and we're going to see if we can try and hunt down the 2 Mercedes in front of us and try and get some positions as we run a bit wide there through Dunlop curve. But here we are now behind Nico Rosberg, and we're going down on the exit of Spoon. We're going downhill and down this straight as we approach 130. Yeah, Rosberg slipstreaming Lewis Hamilton, and we're slipstreaming Rosberg, and we're going to try and go up the inside of both of them. Are we going to get Lewis Hamilton as well? Yes, we do. We got the inside of both Mercedes at 130R, and what an overtake to kick things off here. But we're running awfully deep at the chicane, and we're going to have to run across the escape road here, and that's going to give us an awful exit, and Hamilton's going to go past us. He's going to go up our inside here. He forces us onto the grass a bit, but here's Hamilton alongside us, and it's going to be a drag race down the straight here. We're going to see who can blink first, and then we're going to see who's going to break the layers. We're going to go around the outside by Lewis Hamilton. It's actually known as Rosberg. Rosberg flies up our inside, and Rosberg takes the lead in spectacular fashion, committing to taking the inside at turn 1, and a brilliant overtake there from Nico Rosberg, and a sensational series of corners there, and a lot of action already. And we're only on lap 3, as now we are behind Nico Rosberg now. Going down the straight, coming up to 130 yard, just like last time. And we're actually going to catch Rosberg a bit too early, and we're off the left to throttle through 130 yard, which is not good for us, because it's going to ruin our momentum. But we are still in the slipstream. We're going to pull to the inside, and we're going to go from really far back up the inside of Rosberg at the chicane, and there's a brilliant overtake, and we're up into the lead of the race once again. And we're going to see if we can try and hold this position, because this is where we started, and we want to try and hold this position, like I said. As now we go into Spoon, we run in a bit deep here, we break on the grass, which forces us to lock up, and now Rosberg's trying to have a look up our inside at Spoon, and we've lost the rear end. We've been clipped by Rosberg, we've been spun around a bit, and we're actually going to lose the rear end. We're going to lose first and second place to Hamilton and Vettel, and Rosberg actually came off worse in that, so not great for us, but we are going to try and make up for it. We didn't lose too much time, and we kept the front wing in one piece, thankfully, so all is good at the moment. And we've only lost a couple of places, so there's nothing bad about that. We can just make it up in the rest of the race. And here we are now behind Hamilton. We get a lovely cut back on him on the final bit of the final bit of the S's at the start of Dunlop, you could say. And we're going to go up the inside of the Degner there, squeeze him out, and make a really good move there up into second place. And now we're going to see if we can try and overtake our teammate Vettel, who was 1.6 slower than us in qualifying. He's been a real dark horse, and in the race he's just done his thing, and he's somehow in the lead. So Vettel's doing a good job this race, and here we are on the back of him. We're going to get a run on him out of turn 2, because he has a bit of a wiggle, and we're going to go side by side through the S's here with our teammate. Unbelievable action so far in the Japanese Grand Prix, and Vettel is still there on our inside, and we're trying and get on the power a bit early and try and pass him, but Vettel's going to hang it around the outside at the Dunlop curve, and a brilliant overtake from Vettel there to hold his first place, and credit to him, did really well there, good defending from the 4-time world champion. But now we're in the slipstream at the end of lap 6, going for 130R, and we're going to have a really good run. Then Vettel seems to go really slow. We're going to try and dive it up the inside off the final chicane, just like with Nico Rosberg, and we're going to make the move up into first place. And it's a brilliant overtake there from us, and once again we're in the lead of the race, which is good for us. And we're going to see if we can try and extend this gap now that we properly have the lead. And as you can see behind us, Hamilton and Vettel have actually pitted, so we're going to go for the overcut here to try and stretch out a gap. The tyres actually felt quite nice. They, even though they were degrading on the tyre graphic, the grip was still there, so we decided to go another lap. And we're now in the pits, as you can see, at the start of lap number 10, at the end of lap 9. And we have a really good pit stop there, 2.3 pit stop from the Ferrari boys, which is really good for us, and hopefully that should help us here. And so far, no sign of Hamilton or Vettel, so we could be rejoining the lead, which is a good thing for us. As you can see now, we rejoin. We get the second gear glitch momentarily, but we managed to break it. But as you can see, there's Hamilton, and we've managed to come out in the lead, so we've had a really good overcut, and we've actually extended the gap quite a bit. But as you can see now, lap 13, Hamilton has caught us up once again, and so is Vettel, who's breathing down our neck. And Hamilton's going to go up our inside at turn number 1, and it's side-by-side action at the moment as Hamilton now holds up the inside of 2, squeezes us out, and he next to move up into the lead of the race. And a good overtake there from Lewis Hamilton, and we'll try and get him back straight away here, not let him pull away, as we're now going down the straight on the exit of Spoon, and we've got a brilliant run on this slipstream. We're going to pull to the left-hand side into 130R once again, up the inside of the Mercedes, and we're going to make a move into the lead once again. And hopefully this time we can eventually pull away and really try and stretch out a gap, and we're going to try and stretch the legs of this Ferrari engine and see if we can try and pull out our lead. But here we are now, skipping on to lap 17, as you can see, and there's a yellow flag up ahead, so there's a couple of cars up in front, and we're going to go up the inside of Merry there, and some cars are going really slow, so there must have been some kind of tangle, as Button's going awfully slow, lost his front wing, and the Sainz also going slow, so we pull to the inside, and we hit the back of Sainz, losing the end plate. But wow, we went to go to the inside there to avoid Sainz, because I thought Sainz would just stay in a straight line. But Sainz actually pulled to the inside with me, and we hit the back of him, so a bit of miscommunication there. So we got up the inside of Alonso as well, was going really slow, so it must have been some kind of incident there, and that's cost us a little bit of time. But nevertheless, we're on lap 17, and we're actually going to come to the pits now. But this is the end of our second stint. Nothing happened after that Hamilton battle there, and we had 4 really good laps where we started pumping in some good lap times, and Hamilton actually pit 1 lap earlier, just the same as last stint. So we've gone for the overcut once again, and it actually backfired thanks to that Carlos Sainz incident. So here we are then after a 2.5 pit stop, and there's the man in front of us pulling into the pit lane. Got yellow flag for some reason, but I'm expecting Hamilton to come down the pit straight soon, depending on how big the gap is, and we can't see him, so we've actually extended the gap even more. So the overcut really is working a treat here at Suzuka, and it really is paying dividends for us. And as you can see now, on lap 27, we're behind Pastor Nana, who's a lap car, and we're going to go up his inside here at turn number 1 and make a nice move as Ericsson and Hulkenberg are banging wheels up in front, and they're going to really start to hold us up here as they go off the track. Hulkenberg and Ericsson go off the track there, which allows us to go clean through, but contact there between the AI. And up ahead we've got more battles as Grosjean and Perez, I believe, are going side by side through the S's. So brilliant action throughout the field this race, and a really good race here at Suzuka as we go up the inside of Grosjean, up the inside of the Dunlop curve, and a really good overtake there. And we're now behind Sergio Perez as we're going to try and line him up for an overtake here up the inside of the Degner, and we're going to fly up the inside nice and easily there, and we've finally dispatched all them lap cars. And because we're on the last lap of the race, that means now we've got a straight run to the flag, and no more worries for us as now we come through the final chicane, through the final corner, and we're going to win the Japanese Grand Prix in spectacular fashion with another dominating victory here, and we are really mounting a title charge here, and we definitely want that World Championship. And what a race victory, and that is 3 in a row for us now, so we are absolutely flying right now, and we've definitely got the wind under ourselves at the minute in the World Championship.
That's another trophy to add to Kimi Raikkonen's already full cabinet. A race win for the Finnish driver in today's race.
Indeed, they'll be ecstatic with that result, and they should be. It was a fantastic drive.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
So there we have it, official confirmation, and we take the 25 points this Grand Prix. Vettel once again with a podium, and it's the Mercedes in 2 and 4, so the exact same result as Singapore there. We take 25 points, Hamilton takes 18, Vettel takes 15, and Rosberg takes 12, with Massa and Bottas coming in 5th and 6th there for Williams and doing their own job in the constructors. And as you can see in the drivers here, we're now 13 points clear, so we're starting to build a little bit of a gap now to Lewis Hamilton. We're now 22 points clear of Vettel and 53 points clear of Rosberg, so we're definitely starting to clear our rivals and build a bit of a gap now, as you can see. And the Williams are there at 5th and 6th, so they're just doing their thing in the championship. And in the constructors, we're now 44 points clear of Mercedes, so like the drivers, we're really stretching out a gap now. We're definitely wanting to win the drivers and constructors championship with only about 6 rounds to go, I believe. We really are hitting form right at the right time here in the championship. But nevertheless, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you're new around here, then please subscribe and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. So from me, goodbye.